Welcome back to the program. Let's do some other stories. Now, e-learning or electronic learning, perhaps online learning, has amassed a great deal of popularity in recent times, especially in the face of COVID-19. Most educational institutions all over the world have embraced this form of learning with its embedded learning management system as a peacemaking gesture to augment the conventional approach of teaching and learning. As a follow-up to the nationwide address by His Excellency the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, on March 15, 2020, universities across the country announced directives to ensure that teaching and learning does not come to a halt. Some universities have consequently rolled out academic programs through online learning management systems. Now, how effective have these platforms been? In the studio with me this afternoon is Bnoskka, a creative arts business and intellectual property consultant and a lecturer at the University of Education, Winnipeg, to help us understand the learning management systems. Welcome to our studio, sir.
Thank you very much.
Tell us about the learning management systems, first of all.
Okay, all right. So when we talk about learning management systems, it's basically looking at learning from classroom, which now based into indirect, where you stay at home and then you access the system on the internet.
So in effect, it's different from the conventional one,
conventional one where
with the teacher in front of you and all of that.
Exactly.
How effective was e-learning or online learning prior to COVID-19?
Okay, so there were lots of programs from basic universities where we have distance programs, especially in the University of Education. We have distance program where students stay at home, and then on weekends they come for conventional systems. But then during the weekdays you go to work, and then after work on your own you go online and then learn with the content which has been provided. So you come on weekends for tutorials, and then apart from that we have homeworks, or what we call home practice works, that we give to children who are below, those who are apart from the universities, from high school to junior high schools and primary and basic educations, also do learning systems on their own as a home practice. And then you send your report back on the same system so that the teacher accesses it and see your performance.
For electronic learning, do you have to necessarily have a tutor teaching?
No, there are ones that comes with, for example, there's one called Google Classroom, which is a free system. A school can adapt that and then provide your content on it. And then the student goes there to access it. And then they can answer questions on it at the same time. And then you the teacher, go back to then do corrections.
No, I'm asking because of to draw a line between e-learning and normal browsing. Maybe you're browsing for information. How does that work? Okay,
so with e-learning, mostly it's very effective if it's an app. If it's either a mobile app or a web app, or there are some with a website base where you go to the website. If every institution would direct you to go to their website, because some comes with very good incentives like 0 rating when you don't have credit at all.
Right, you talk about 0 rating later.
So with this one, it's very effective with an app. Like I told you, in Ghana we have one called Wolo. It's a locally based with content filled from KG up to university. So you up to secondary school, and then you go there with you subscribe with your email, just like going to Facebook or WhatsApp. Just you subscribe and then you access the content. The only difference is that you have to make up a time for it to go and study. Nobody is pressuring you. So if you don't have the habit of going there to study, it means you may end up playing games on your phone, on your computer, without learning.
That's fine.
So but with this one, it's very interactive as well, because when you answer a question and it's wrong, it's able to give you the correct answer so that you can even correct yourself even if the teacher is not there.
Now, on the onset of COVID-19, how effective has e-learning been, you being a lecturer for you?
Okay, right. So on the onset of COVID-19, it has been very effective. For myself, all the classes that I teach, I organize them on Zoom learning, Zoom cloud meeting, where I schedule a meeting just like the normal classroom type, and then it has classroom management systems on it. I control who speaks on the platform. So you have your mobile phone, the system access your camera, and then you come on, I see you, you see me, and you see all the other students on the same app system. You just scroll the screen and then you see it's populated 4 by 4, or if you are using a laptop, it gives you about 16 pictures at the same time. So you're able to see everybody in the classroom. Now, it's very effective in the sense that a student can chat with their student on the same app. You have a private chat. you chat and then it goes to everybody, or you tag somebody's name and then you chat to that person only. And at the same time too, the person who is a teacher becomes the host of that app. For example, like Google Classroom or Zoom Play. So when you are the host, you control. You can decide to mute everybody's mic and they wouldn't be able to speak. They can speak, but of course, nobody can hear them on the system.
Right.
So it's very effective. Just that it's a little bit technical if you are not smart with
Right. It is
phones.
bringing us to the challenges that these online platforms come with.
Yeah.
Let's, aside it being technical, that you have to have the know-how to operate it, these online platforms come with, I mean, serious issues, from hacking to online crime and theft and all of that. How are students protected in this area?
Wow. So that is why, first of all, a school will have to decide which application to use so that students stick to what they are given, what they've been directed to do. For example, University of Education, we recommend that student goes onto a website, the university website, which has a modus.edu.ug.uew.gh. All right, so when you go that, you are safe. Nobody can be able to trick you, I mean, to hack your system. But then the other challenge aspect has got to do with people who are telling, what do you call it, receivers on mobile phones. You receive a WhatsApp message that there's a free internet. So quickly get this URL, follow it, and get a 600 gigabyte data or 500 or even 60. So they trick that, and that is where the security danger is. So that's why you have to make sure that you don't get tricked by free internet, because there's nothing free.
So in effect, the people who are patronizing these applications or these online learning platforms need to be educated.
Exactly.
They need to know what they are doing before they do it. How are students, if a student does not have a smartphone, how was that student able to benefit from such platforms? Does that mean the student will be left behind?
No. I believe we do have what you call communication centers, like cafes. So all you need to do is just walk into any communication center and then log onto the system, and you'll be able to educate yourself. When you go in, just carry your own earphone or headset. Because of COVID-19, you may not need to go and use what is being provided there. So go with your own.
Our time is fast spent, but talk to us briefly about zero rating.
All right, so zero rating is simply the telecommunications gives you free access to the system with a particular application, that even if you don't have data on your phone, you can be able to use it. Once you turn your data on, you don't have data, you don't have credit, but you turn it on, you still be able to use it.
Do we have these in Ghana?
Yes, we do. In fact, MTN, Vodafone, and all the other applications have set up zero rating for Facebook, that when you access it, you will not be able to see videos, but you can only see text. You can't see pictures. So they've done it. But what they've not done is putting it onto applications. But because it has to be paid for, so University of Education, we have been able to communicate with Vodafone and MTN so that students that access our platform would have zero-rated application, even if they don't have data.
Bnoskka, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much for hosting.
Bnoskka is a creative arts and business development consultant. We have business news coming up next.